Hello everyone, welcome back to the CRT channel. I have something that is new and old. Our 727 rear roller kits. I've always had a rear roller kit that we sold, and it was through TCS. It was their kit. I sold a ton of them. It was a really nice kit. But probably about a year ago or so, they ran out of low reverse drums and had a hard time finding them. The low reverse drums are getting hard to find, like anything else for the 727s, getting hard to find in quantities. So luckily I did have a good inventory of them, and I never sold them to to anyone else. I just kept them for my own inventory. So what I'm doing is that rear roller kit was on back order for a while because they couldn't find any drums. Right now they're making a brand new billet low reverse drum, and that's going to make the price of this roller kit over $1,000. The kit that I'm offering is half mine made here and partially theirs made there. So today I'm going to get into showing you how I got these kits back in stock, what the kit consists of, how to use them, what not to use them in, and we will go over everything. This is a stock support, and they're known for, especially in drag racing applications, of going bad. The ends get knurled here, little pieces of dirt in there. You can see it starting to shed some of the aluminum, and then once it covers this lube hole, it's over with. The heat generated two different ways, or two different locations. The output shaft, which spins on the inside of the support, and then a low reverse drum that spins out the outside of the support, went in second and third, generates a lot of heat. And even though this has efficient lubrication holes, it becomes a problem. Now I sell this support with a bearing in it, which does help cool, and so that's I've always had good luck with those. I also redesigned on the inside this way the lubrication, so it has more lube from the same amount from the rear cooling line. So, but the reason why people, I'm going to get a close-up shot of that, is because these usually go bad. So what the rear roller kit does is, instead of having the low reverse drum right here, we put a bearing in the low reverse drum, and it now rides on the output shaft. And so instead of the support or the output shaft riding on the aluminum support, it now is going to be riding on a bearing. And then the steel support made also has a bearing. So the rear roller kit will consist of a low reverse drum machined with the spacer and the bearing pressed in it already. It'll come with a modified park gear, a governor spacer, and a new billet steel rear support with a bearing and a seal in it. Now, as far as installation is concerned on this, there is a small machining process you're going to have to do to the output shaft in order not to rip this seal. Once this support is bolted into the case, you're going to slide the shaft down in the support into the case, and you just want to be a little careful. This hard lip, my camera is terrible at getting close, so I'm going to pop a picture in here. This this lip has to be rounded to look like this end. And that should help you reduce, and that'll reduce the possibility of you ripping the seal, which is in the inside. So how I do it here, and it's going to be hard for you guys unless you got some kind of a lathe, is I just put this in a lathe and I round this off. If you don't have a lathe, you're probably going to have to, it'd be hard pressed to do it by hand, but if you take 2 of the support bearings and put it on here so you can roll it, you can very gently, very carefully do this with a whizzer gun or a little handheld grinder, but you don't want to go crazy with it. So the kit will allow you to tow your car back without it running after you make a pass, because now both the support and the low reverse drum are riding on bearings on the shaft, or the shaft is riding on bearings in the support and the low reverse drum. There was always been a little bit of confusion with some people buying stuff off my website, because this part here is $4.95 and it carries a $50 core charge. The core charge is on the drum. TCS had such a problem getting their drums, they're making theirs out of billet steel. So their kit is $1,030 once they have their drum made. But for now, I still have an okay amount of these drums in stock. But as soon as I start selling more of these again, the drums are going to be harder to get. So, and now I also sell these drums individually, which I'm gonna consider backing off on that and just selling them for the race car thing. I don't know. I have to do an inventory and see how much I got. I mean, I want the street car guys to have parts just as much as I do the race car guys, but I'm going to have to reevaluate that, and that also depend on how good these are moving again now that they're back in the market. I'm also, when you buy a roller kit from me, you can buy it right now. Currently, you can buy it 2 ways. You can either buy the planetaries by themselves, or the planetaries and the rear roller support. And now you're going to be able to buy the planetaries or a rear roller kit. The rear roller support is just a support with the bearing. The rear roller kit are the 4 pieces that we have here. So you're going to be able to buy this kit individually, or buy it with the roller kit, which would be the front and rear planetaries rollerized, ready to go. So this will complete everything rollerized from the front planetary back. These are all done. I have, I think, 35 of them in stock. They all pressed in nice. Now this is strictly for the 727 transmission. I'm not making one for the 904. I just don't have enough 904 things out there for me to go through that process. You can only use this rear roller kit in reverse manual or trans brake valve bodies. You cannot use this in an automatic shift. And the reason why you can't use an automatic shift, because the governor circuit that would be both in the rear support and the park gear has been eliminated. There's no way we can have the governor passage and the loop passage. So you can only use this in reverse manual valve bodies and trans brakes that are reverse manual. Because this is the first product on the website where I'm including the core charge into the price of the part, because it's been causing some confusion that when the people buy the part, let's say you just bought a valve body, okay, a $395 valve body, which has a $75 core charge, and it says it on there. I had a guy leave me a nasty phone message because it was more than what it said when he bought the product online. So it was more because the price of the valve body is the only thing that showed up. It doesn't build in the core charge, and it doesn't build in the charge for shipping. And it's almost impossible for me to get my little website to figure out shipping. I've tried it multiple times. It never works. It's either shortcutting me or overcharging the customer or vice versa. So I charge like $4 over what UPS charges me on anything that goes out. So DHL is also the same thing. It's next to nothing of what we put on top of the DHL for going out of the country. So I'm going to rework the whole website to where everything that has a core charge, that price is going to be built into the price listed on the website. Now, a lot of people just go to my website just to see what a valve body costs. It costs $3.95. Boom. Okay. A lot of people call me up and they're like, hey, I want that valve body. But the people that buy online, they're like, okay, that valve body's $3.95. They buy it. Then they get their ticket. They're like, oh, wait a minute, you guys overcharged me. I'm like, no, we didn't. If you read in the description, there's a charge for the core. And then when you check out, it also tells you there'll be a charge for the shipping. But for whatever reason, it's being overlooked. So I want to make it so it's more upfront. It's not like I'm trying to hide anything. I just thought it would be easier. So now if you go to my website just to see what things cost, over time, hopefully in the next month or so, everything that has a core charge on it will have that price included. Whatever that core charge is for that price will be included in the part. And then on the bottom of the description, there'll be a little red fonts that say, this part includes the core charge pricing, which is 100% refundable if you send me the old part. So, I think that's everything about this. They're in stock. I got them. It's going to take a little bit for me to, I already have it on the website. They're $4.95 plus a $50 core charge, so $5.45 is the price. You send me the old low reverse drum, I will give you the $50 back. Then, if you have a few more of these low reverse drums, and believe it or not, as long as the outside is in great shape, the inside doesn't matter because I machined this out for a bushing or for this spacer anyways. So you can send me back a drum where this inside is galled out, but the outside has to be nice. I mean, I've cleaned this one up, but the band surface has to be in good shape. For every extra one that you send me, I'll send you another $25. So you got one of them, another 25. If you got 4 of them, it's another $100, along with your refund. So if anyone got any questions about this, they're a nice product. They've been around for a while, but they've been discontinued because TCS couldn't find the drums. And then I'm like, okay, I will machine the drums myself. So this is kind of a, I don't want to say a joint venture because I just buy the part gear and the support bearing from them individually, and then I make the spacer and I do the drum. So it's really not a joint venture. It's just I get that from them. All right, so I think that's it for now. And thanks for watching. And congratulations to our Chicago Pulp, who is now in Rome. All right, have a good one. Catch you next one. More part 2 again.
For me and the Lord.
Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling.
We're on a mission from God.
Sing Vita Bella.